Did you know that the producers for The Secret of NIMH had to mortgage their houses in order to get this film made? The film is based on the 1972 novel Mrs. Frisby and the Rats of NIMH. Originally, the production rights were offered to the Walt Disney Company, however, they declined them. Don Bluth, who was working at Disney at the time, showed it to the head of animation, Wolfgang Reitherman, and he said that, quote, Disney did not need it as they already had a mouse, and his name was Mickey. Don Bluth then showed it to his colleagues Gary Goldman and Don Pomeroy, and they all agreed that it was a great novel and they wanted to adapt it into film. Bluth and Goldman then spoke to James L. Stewart, who was a former Disney executive, and convinced him to fund the film. He agreed to fund the film and give them $5.7 million as well as only 30 months to complete the film. This was significantly less than most Disney films took at the time, and with that approval they then left the company along with 14 other Disney animators and went to go make the movie. Production began with the animators working out of Don Bluth's garage for several months. The team had one goal in mind, and that was restoring animation to its golden era. This meant the animators wanted to explore using new and challenging techniques. During his time at Disney, Bluth had felt quality had been sacrificed for cost many times over the years. He wanted to ensure that his films did not fall into that same category, and because of that took great pains to make the film as beautiful as possible. During production, the crew had worked many long hours and did this as a labor of love, as they were not getting paid upfront for the film. It was actually the first profit-sharing contract that had ever been done in animation history, meaning that the workers only got paid if the film was profitable and would not get a share of the film's profits until after it was released, meaning that if the film completely bombed, they would receive no payment for their hard work. Another issue that came up during production was that the character's name was Mrs. Frisby during the original draft, when the creator of the Frisbee, yes, the toy, had said that if they were to use the name Mrs. Frisby, they would likely sue due to trademark. So therefore, they had to change the name of the character to Mrs. Brisby. That became a problem as production had already commenced when it came to the voice acting. The team then had to use very careful sound editing in order to make the F's sound like B's in the final production of the film. Production then hit another snag. They ran out of money. In order to finish production, Bluth, Goldman, and Pomeroy actually put each of their houses up for mortgage in order to accrue the other $700,000 needed to finish production. After production was completed, MGM, who was supposed to give the film a wide release to 1,000 theaters, actually backed out and decided to give it a limited release of only 100 theaters. Despite this, the film did get released in July of 1982 to very positive reception from critics and still went on to be profitable, making $14.7 million. It even went on to have very high home video sales and has become a cult classic over time. Because of this, in 2019, the Russo brothers, best known for their work in the MCU, were announced to be attached to a live-action production of the film. In addition to this, in 2021, Fox announced they would be making an animated television series based on the original novels. Neither of these have had many updates, however, both are said to still be in production. What are your thoughts? Would you want a live-action or an animated remake of this film? Let me know in the comments below.